This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thanks for getting up with us on this Saturday morning. I'm Tim Gordon. This morning on Sunrise, health leaders sound the alarm as fentanyl overdoses skyrocket across Oregon. The simple solution doctors believe can save lives. Plus, it's a big step forward in one group's efforts to stop gun violence, the move that could put stricter gun laws before Oregon voters. But before we get to all that, let's check in with Chris McGinnis for a quick look at that weekend forecast, Chris.
And check out this gorgeous sunrise behind me. I'll step out of the way because you want to savor that one. That is spectacular from our Stoller Family Vineyard camera in Dayton. A good look at the silhouette of Mount Hood. The sun is up. It is out for a lot of us. There are some patchy clouds here and there, and we're off to a pretty mild start as well this morning. Waking up to 61 degrees here in Portland, 54 King City. Hillsboro sits at 57, and the big picture across the state of Oregon in the 50s across eastern Oregon this morning. Baker City waking up to 50, 59 in Pendleton. The Oregon coast generally in the 50s as well. The plan for Saturday, kick back, relax, and enjoy, right? We've got a little bit of cloud cover out there this morning. Those clouds burn off and we reveal a mostly sunny Saturday afternoon with high temperatures up near 80 degrees. I've got another nice day in the forecast tomorrow. And then, Tim, we begin to turn the heat up, at least temporarily, early next week. We'll get a look at that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Chris, thanks a lot. Well, new this morning, Portland police have detained multiple suspects after a deadly shooting in southeast Portland. If you live in the red area on this map, you likely saw police near your house. It all started with a report of a shooting just after 7 p.m. at Southeast Powell and 112th. Officers found one man dead and another person injured. Doctors believe that victim will survive. Police say several suspects ran away, and police had that major search perimeter going until about 12:45 this morning. Now detectives believe they have everyone they need in custody. Well, there were some tense moments downtown as crews had to rescue two kids from a stuck elevator at the Big Pink building. The elevator was only stuck just above the first floor, but the only access point for this elevator was on the 18th floor. That required a rope rescue, and firefighters had to rappel all the way down to get them. Everyone made it out okay, and no one was injured there. Well, a group trying to put an end to gun violence in Portland and all of Oregon has now gathered enough signatures to get stricter gun control measures on the ballot. Friday, the Lift Every Voice Oregon group made their way to Salem, delivering their signatures to the Secretary of State's office. Here's Christelle Kumwe.
At Northeast Portland's Augustana Lutheran Church Friday, lift every voice and sing. A group made up of students and faith leaders,
Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, Jew, Sikh, Native American spiritual leaders, Christians, and people of just goodwill
lifted their voices with a message.
Out of that grief, it's been turned into action in Oregon.
Reverend Mark Knutson is talking about action against gun violence. He and others with Lift Every Voice Oregon worked to get Initiative Petition 17 on the November ballot. IP 17 calls for permits and thorough background checks for all gun purchases, while banning large-capacity magazines.
All our faith traditions say love is at the core, and when love is at the core, it's a verb, it's active, my wife likes to say. So we have to take action when our neighbors are bleeding and children are being shot in their schools.
The group needed to secure 112,000 signatures to qualify for the November ballot.
And this is a day of hope, profound hope.
On Friday, he announced they surpassed that goal, gathering over 160,000 signatures.
We can take action in this country, in this democracy, and change the way things are. We don't have to wait. We can do it ourselves as citizens.
The group boarded a school bus Friday from Portland to Salem with boxes on hand filled with signature sheets. The plan, deliver them to the Secretary of State's office.
We did it!
They rallied across the Capitol and marched arm in arm for the delivery.
I know all of these people really well. I consider them good friends, and together I'm really proud of what we've accomplished, and so today is the time to celebrate that.
Students, faith leaders, and community members united to turn anger into action.
So don't underestimate the basements of a synagogue, a temple, a church, a longhouse, because that's where movements begin, where people are not afraid and they step out in faith and something happens.
The state will check the signatures to make sure they are valid. The deadline for that work is August 7th, but it may be done sooner. In Salem, Christelle Kumwe, KGW News.
Well, U.S. Marshals arrested a fugitive at an Oregon City hotel on Friday. He's been identified as 31-year-old Jeremiah Wakefield. This all happened at the Clackamas Inn and Suites. We're told Wakefield jumped out of a second-floor window, but marshals were able to chase him down and arrest him. He had multiple felony warrants, including escape from the Washington State Department of Corrections. Well, this morning we've got a warning from Oregon health leaders. Fentanyl overdoses are higher than ever as the drug spreads throughout communities. Between 2019 and 2021, state health leaders say fentanyl overdose deaths jumped more than 600%. This has the OHA encouraging people to learn how to use naloxone, sometimes known by the brand name Narcan, which can rapidly reverse an overdose. Now, we talked to a doctor who believes adding access to naloxone can help prevent those overdose rates from increasing even higher.
We are seeing some trends, that are quite disturbing in terms of many folks who suffer fatal overdoses don't have usage of Narcan or naloxone. The widespread nature of this and how fentanyl's really permeated our communities, the need for naloxone is overwhelming.
OHA said they're providing online resources like this map that specifically lists the Oregon pharmacies distributing it. For more information, head to the OHA website. And now to the latest with monkeypox. There's some good news for a drug that's shown to be effective in treating the disease. Tecovirimat, or TPOXX, has just been approved in the United Kingdom. Right now in the U.S., it's only been approved to treat smallpox, but it has been given to a limited number of monkeypox patients. SIGA Technologies makes the drug and has research facilities in Corvallis. We interviewed the company's chief scientific officer.
What our drug does is it traps the virus so it can't get out of the cell. Pox viruses have a life cycle where they go in, they make more viruses, but then they need another membrane to get out of the cell and spread the infection with an individual or between individuals. And what our drug does is it targets a protein that prevents the virus from getting that second membrane. So basically it traps it inside the infected cell and stops the infection almost immediately.
Right now, the vaccine approved for monkeypox in the U.S. is a 2-dose vaccine called Genenos. Washington health officials just announced the state is getting about 400 courses of the vaccine. The Statesman Journal reports Oregon has about 100 courses. Right now, there are only 6 confirmed cases of monkeypox in Oregon and 10 in Washington. Well, Friday, the Oregon Health Authority launched its Rethink the Drink campaign. It raises awareness about the risks of excessive drinking. They say it's a problem that affects more than 1 in 5 adults in Oregon. Heavy drinking is defined as more than 8 drinks a week for women and 15 for men. The campaign includes TV, radio, and digital ads, social media pages, and ways for local organizations to get involved. The ultimate goal is to reduce excessive drinking. Well, still to come, how Eugene's airport is getting ready to welcome more than 100,000 expected visitors over the next week. They'll be rolling in for Oregon 22. We're back in 2 minutes.